Back to your grand finals of the ESL Open Cup. Bottom right hand side. It's going to be our red Terran player here. He's been waiting a little while for this match to begin. Let's find out if he can take ESL Open Cup number 75. Would be his like 30,000th victory in this event. Because he's just so freaking good. It's HeroMarine in the bottom right. Bottom left hand side, our blue Zerg player is Elazer from XCOM Argo. He's got an overlord and it goes across the map, Away we go across the map. While HeroMarine stays at home. I actually think, Starcraft 2 jigs or sea shanties would be really good. I'm not the person that's talented enough to make them, but someone should be. Alright, well, it's our grand finals. Open Cup number 75. I'll just make a shout out to YouTube just in case this one ends up there. Thanks so much for watching on YouTube lately, guys. You've all been wonderful, and I really appreciate you guys' support. I really, really do. So thank you so much. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. On Twitch, you can smash that follow button. Follow us more than you followed any channel before. Okay, let's see what happens. Elazer with pretty confident play against Soul in the round of 4, but I don't know, something just about HeroMarine, and I don't think Elazer's going to win the same kind of game as he won against HeroMarine, against Soul, here against HeroMarine, that's for sure. Just gonna drop our bunker down over on the left-hand side of town. Gonna be blocking up that third hatch location, so it's trying to be a little bit annoying. If you can force the Zerg to take this base, you are living the dream as a Terran. But look at what Elazer says. He says, I ain't no fool. I'm not gonna take this base. If my life depends on it, he's gonna go for the gold, which is a bit riskier because easy to deny mining of this gold by just setting up behind it. I don't mind the idea. Like, I mean, if HeroMarine's going to try and force you forward, why not go to the gold base? This map ain't good for you as a Zerg in the best of times. Definitely ain't good if you expand in the other side. So yeah, no, I don't disagree with the play here. Double Reaper from HeroMarine as well, so he's very serious about denying the third base. He hasn't checked the gold base yet, mind you, so he's not 100% sure. I don't think he realizes that gold base is coming up, so yeah, that's obviously not good news. That's something he needs to figure out at some point. So T-Reaper's just going to be chilling around that left-hand side and just going to be having a couple more Hellions continuing through and an extra rack. So it's going to be a pretty quick double racks. So kind of a 2-1-1 off the back of this 3cc. We see this more and more lately. Obviously, it's something that we know Clem and Bjorn have loved a lot. Elazer just going to Roach Roaring it up, though. And it is pretty good, the Roach Roaring in this version, against this version of the build. Because obviously, there's no Banshees or anything typically to help defend, but there is an early siege tank, and that is going to go a good long way. This is going to be seeing that Overlord still coming through, and that Roach Roaring finishes. Like I say, we're expecting the Roaches to start pouring out here from Elazer. 39 drones. Very similar to the Roach attack he brought against Soul on whatever map that was. It was 2,000 atmospheres, right? Was it 2,000? No, on Romanticide. Sorry. Get my maps mixed up for a moment or so. Hey, Hidden Sky Machines, thank you so much for the 500 bits, yo. I appreciate that big time. Thanks for supporting the channel. HeroMarine gonna come around the back here with these Hellions obviously trying to deny this mining, but you know what's actually really cool about this? HeroMarine's like, oh yeah, let's deny mining. You know what HeroMarine isn't doing during this time? Realizing what the hell's happening through the bottom of the map. Roaches, Lings, Ravagers morphing. HeroMarine is clueless. Like, he has no idea. He is he just dead? I don't want to say he's dead, because he actually has a tank set up. I mean, it's going to get complicated, right? One tank does not necessarily save you here, especially if these Ravagers can battle that tank down super quickly, which all you need is a little bit of high ground vision, and that is a possibility. He knows there's a tank there, so he's going to go. Did those piles miss? No, Elazer! You missed the one thing you needed to do! He is going to get the tank anyway, but a few additional shots from it does make life more difficult for Elazer than it really needed to be at first. Lings, Reapers have died. The Hellions nearly died as well. Other issue with this build, you've only got a couple Hellions initially, so you don't have a lot of cleanup potential against Zerglings. Oh, that's a call down supply depot as well, so that's going to be a juicy target if you pick that up. That's probably a big supply block for HeroMarine, or at least putting him very close to one. SCVs have to back away from it. Bal's still going at it, but I don't think he's going to get the kill. Okay, well, HeroMarine does stabilize. He doesn't lose that many SCVs, all said and done. 7 workers. That's obviously good. Elazer just droning like crazy with a gold base and map control on his side now. Okay, I don't understand this base. It's almost like Elazer forgot he didn't take this base. Unless he feels like this base is harder to hold later in the game, so he'd rather mine from it sooner so he can hold this base later. Oh, he's just going to double expand. Okay. Okay, we're just going to go to 5 bases then. Alrighty then, Elazer. I see how it is. We can do that. That works. We can do that. Well, HeroMarine has combat shields coming up. Now he's about 25 workers behind. Jeez, that's quite a few. Elazer already on the way to 1-1 missiles as well. I think one notable thing between this game and the Elazer vs. Soul game that we saw earlier was that Elazer is just a little bit faster at transitioning. He didn't rally as many units across the map. It didn't take as many attempts for him to really bust through, you know? So he realized he did kind of max damage. He backed it up, and he's already transitioning through to those upgrades. Let's see what HeroMarine does to recover, as again, down those workers definitely feels weak. And Elazer's going to have a pretty big roach attack. I mean, 69 drones off that gold-based economy as well, so you hit a higher economy a little bit earlier too. I kind of get the feeling that says, oh no, Elazer losing a couple of overlords though against supply blocks. I get this feeling this big roach attack was going to get something done, but now we see an infestation pit, so maybe we start the tech up. Maybe Elazer doesn't quite believe in his ability just to straight up end this game. Teching up for the future here then, Elazer, as 14 more drones really solidifies him into a late game economy. Well, one drop being annoying. Here come the other 2 drops. Yeah, I mean, I agree with it. You know your opponent's playing Roach Ravager. Hence, they have very bad drop defense. Get dropping. Go everywhere. Go crazy with this. This is what you kind of want to do. Elazer really is. I mean, he went up to 82 drones, but man, he's like maxed out. I'm actually kind of disappointed if Elazer doesn't attack, right? Because I genuinely think he's in a position where... he actually really could just... I don't want to say end the game, but like... I guess the 3rd CC isn't even mining still, so I guess why attack if your opponent still doesn't even have the 3rd base? Why play the risky game? I wouldn't mind attacking now, stop the 3rd base from mining. I guess that makes sense. Maybe that will, maybe that's just what Elazer was waiting for. He wasn't going to go running up into the natural. But if HeroMarine's going to try and, take the open 3rd location, tanks didn't even get a chance to siege. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you the 1-0 lead for Elazer as it takes to the stage. HeroMarine just has no defense for that. GG's, well played. Oh, I don't know why I'm in a mood, which involves me singing everything. Probably because we're 10.5 hours in the stream. And that's what it does to me in the bottom right. HeroMarine. Top left, it's Elazer. He's a slayer. Singing cast is the best cast, right? At least when we sing when it's not so important, when we build it up a little bit. I don't want to be singing when it's like the end of the game. At the start, I feel like it's good to get a bit of motion in the chat, get a bit of motion in the vocal cords. Yeah, HeroMarine was not in a great spot, guys, but even if the tanks were siege, obviously he would have had a better chance. I don't know if any of it would have mattered, because you have to defend that 3rd base, and defending that third base against a maxed out Elazer at that point ain't happening, really. Yeah, obviously this was just worst case scenario for HeroMarine, but the damage was kind of already there, right? It was already done. You thought the stream froze, but Wardy's just posing sexy. Well, now my stream froze. Oh, HeroMarine. He froze. Is he okay? Is he alright? I don't think so. Pause, please, please, pause. His internet is not looking good. F's in the chat. Elaze's gonna pause because I don't think HeroMarine's feeling too good right now. What's up? It's my internet. Well, I'm glad we got that covered. At least now we know what the cause of the problem is, guys. Okay, looks like we have recovered. Welcome me back to game number 2. What's happening? Oh, I don't know. I don't know a solar wave. I'm just in a daft mood, that's all. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I'm just enjoying my day. Let's Overlord stop moving, so I guess that's not going to be very exciting to follow, is it? This was a command center first from HeroMarine, so something a little bit different, something a little bit funky to start us off this time around. It's, you know, whenever you have CC first, it's always like one of those builds where you get away with it. It's just that neat little bit of extra eco early. We do go Reaper behind it as well, Reactor in a factory, so not really going anything wild, not double racks, not playing like a mass amount of bio, anything along those lines. As you do see the Reaper coming through, and the Zergling chased down, chased away, as Zerglings get annihilated. So yeah, the two Lings were like, well, why haven't you sent a Reaper across the map? And then that's like, joke's on you, there is a Reaper. It was just a CC first Reaper, so yeah, Elazer obviously kind of wanted to know a little bit of what was going on there. Does figure it out. As we are, of course, yes, in the finals of this ESL Open Cup, everybody. Elazer lead 1-0, looking to take away a rare HeroMarine victory. So, as in, it's rare to take away a victory from HeroMarine. Obviously, had a stint of not winning so many of these, but has been kind of somewhat back on track lately. Have you seen a drone taking damage? Drone's continuing through. Link speed's about to finish. And quite a few Lings just on the way up. But of course, it's this timing where you want to defend against these Hellions anyway, so it does make sense as a tech lab will be coming through on our barracks. And the Hellions coming in. Queen's gonna get boppity-bopped. Bop him over here, bop him over there. Get your Banshee up in the air. Why am I still trying to sing? Sound like a bit of a dingus. You can see a few Hellions gathering up together, a couple of racks on the way through still. This Banshee pops out, it's just going to go in and pick off that Zergling. Looks like it's taken down. The Marine going to come through and chase the Overlord a little bit as well. It's going to be chasing that away to the side as a couple more SCVs going to go rally out over toward that natural expansion. So just getting everything set up. 3 CCs rolling from HeroMarine. Economy's looking good. Love that he's playing Banshees. I mean, it's a shorter map. You don't want to die to Roaches here. Elazer is going to play the faster lair, which is obviously going to help against the Banshees a little bit. Although it's not the fastest of lairs. He starts the Bane Nest now. We'll see what style he wants to play. You get a bit of a choice here, right? Like, you can play Ling Bane. And you can play the Spy off the faster lair. You don't have to, though. You can just play Ling Bane into that Hydra Den, into the Lurkers later down the line. So yeah, what I'm saying is there's definitely kind of possibilities right now. There's definitely options at the moment as to what you can do at this point as these couple of Banshees actually just going to cloak up, make their way around the top side here. So they're going to come through in that first hatch in some trouble. Banshee's going to go latch themselves onto it. That hatchery is starting to fall on down. So looks as though our hatchery is going to be denied. That is a cancel. Almost painful to lose the fourth base, right? And okay, it's a cancel, not a kill. Oh, don't tell me it's going to happen again! Right, well, HeroMarine already gets a great start. Delaying that fourth really slows you down a bit as Elazer. It slows down. You can see already 80 drones, right? Where are those drones meant to be? On the fourth base. If they're not on the fourth base, they're oversaturated and they're not as efficient as they're meant to be. So, Elazer wants that fourth base right now, and having it cancelled twice over just delays it that much longer and just slows you down that little bit into the mid-game. So, yeah, Elazer won't be too happy with that one. Of course, next up is the Spires. So, he will get mutas out. That should be the end of the Banshees. Unless the Banshees are very sneaky and work their way around the mutas and try and get more done. Second in the center gets taken down. A couple changelings picked off. I think a ling and a changeling, actually. As now HeroMarine comes pushing. He's about to hit 1-1 upgrades. This is a really bad time for Elazer. He doesn't have mutas yet. He doesn't have bailing speed yet. He doesn't have upgrades yet. Like, he doesn't have anything, whereas HeroMarine has it all. And this is the kind of fight where Elazer could just lose everything and just lose the game, in fact. So let's see how well he deals with this. He needs to do a good job. So far, HeroMarine's been kiting back brilliantly, and I'd even say just the trades already have been so good for HeroMarine. Now the Banes are going to run forward. And the meters are coming out. HeroMarine's eventually forced to lift up. Widowmines do go off. You can see that Elazer wants to chase with these Mutalisks. These Marines are low HP. He's really still chasing. Bane speed now done, but reinforcements are here. And we are going to see HeroMarine pushing this back up to the top left-hand side. This army of Elazer is chased away. Yeah, and that's going to just be, I think, our game right there. Elazer just, I mean, this timing really just hurts. And Widowmines are coming off cooldown without being cleaned up. I think a few Marines just got blown up by a Widowmine, but so are the Zerg units, so not the end of the world, huh? No Banelings ready to go. It's just Lings with no upgrades against 1-1 Marines. A few mutas don't really make the difference here, friends, and while those Marines are kind of low HP, they will just kill anything anyway. Low HP doesn't matter if you kill everything before you take damage, right? So that's kind of the motto of these Marines right now. Well, the Lings get us around. Can Elazer really hold on to this? Like, can he really turn this around to a point of, you know, surviving? No, he cannot. GG's, and HeroMarine ties it. 1-1. Nice quick game for game number 2 in this best of 5. Our casters is going to drop the GLHF as we start. Let's not make that a thing, guys. Let's not all have the casters type GLHF. Do you think you just loaded in the game, you did an auto GLHF? You're just ready to play? To be fair, I whacked my casting screen on when I went loaded into a ladder game earlier, so I can appreciate that. Alright, so top right, our red Terran player is HeroMarine, and taking on the bottom left blue Zerg, Elazer. It's 1-1, tied on up. Hey, game number 3. It's always good when we get to 1-1. It's always good when we start to get to go the distance, right? I'm always a fan of that. You can see our Overlord of Elazer going to be moving through the center of the map at the moment. Hatch gas and a spawning pool coming in. There's a few drones come on through. Hey, what's up, Hero164? Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. It goes a long way, guys, you know. Feels good. I really do appreciate it. Has Elazer won an ESL Open Cup? Yeah, of course he has. He must have done. There's no way he hasn't. Elazer. What? He hasn't won an Open Cup? Oh, wow, that's crazy. He's definitely a name missing from the list of players that have won one of these. He's had a couple of finals before. Funnily enough, both times he made it to the finals, he actually lost to HeroMarine. Wow, as if this is Elazer's third time in the finals. Now, that said, Elazer didn't really play in a lot of these for a long time, so while you're like, wow, out of 75 cups, it's his third finals. Yeah, but he probably, if I had to guess, I reckon he played in about a third of them, so like maybe 25 or so. Like, it really isn't something that Elazer shows up to play every single week, that's for sure. Especially in the early days, he did not, so yeah. Let's do the CI Reaper. Poking away. Queen at the moment. Doing a little bit of damage here as we get this underway. Reaper pulling back is going to regenerate a little bit. We're just going to get his third CC going once again. It's not really too surprising, I don't think that. Still end his camera for a little bit because I need to stand up and stretch my legs, guys. Oh, it's been a day. Oh, no, it's not been a day since I stood up, but it has been a bit of a long day. Reaper taking a little bit of damage still, as we see the Ling Speed's about to finish. Let's get that Ling Speed completed. A couple of queens hanging around down here, and yeah, so far so good. Gonna see this these couple of drones just mining away quite happily. I have a Banshee opening again. I wonder how much HeroMarine will continue with the Banshee openings now that he's died to roaches once, right? That's why I kind of like Elazer going Roach's first game, because now you're like, yeah, you know, play Banshees, be safe, you'll be alright. You know? Yo, Supply Depots United, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Donations heating up at the end of the day, huh? Says, this is your daily reminder that Overlords are silly gas bags. Oh, don't worry, we know. Also, thank you to General Toa for the 50 bits, appreciate it, yo. A couple of Hellions, and then Reaper then macking away up the left-hand side. It's an Armory coming through, so actually going to go more than just Cloak Banshees. We're going to Cloak Banshee Hellbat attack. All right. Second factory as well. Oh my goodness, are we going to play mech on Oxide? That is something spectacular. That is not, I mean, out of all the maps to kind of rock up with a little bit of mech on, Oxide? Such a good map for bio, just in general, so that's right. Oh, a second factory in Stim Pack, eh? Oh, what the hell are we doing now? This is like way too late a second factory. Oh, is it going to be Cloaked Mines? Drilling Claws? He's just making a lot of Hellions right now. Sorry, I'm trying to follow someone's camera. They're really not doing anything. I guess I'll sit back down. Okay, here we go. How about attack comes in? Roaches just aren't ready yet. So that's going to be a bit of a messy start as... Yeah, I mean, obviously the Queens can obviously fight this off for a while. We see 3 drones going down so far. Hellbat's still coming through. Queen's still taking a bit of a beating. 5 drones have been picked off. The SCV's going down as well. I mean, counterattack is looking good, so at least Elazer getting something out of this. A lot of Queens lost here for Elazer. But resources lost is kind of even. It is going to be super fast drilling claws out of that second factory, by the way, so... But also tank production, because I guess he's seen the roaches. Oh, wow, now Elazer's just going to go. He's going to make this a roach queen. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, HeroMarine. He doesn't have a lot. Yeah, you kind of need some siege tanks, huh? Yeah, okay, Elazer realizing what's up right now. He needs to get on a supply block, though. He's got so much money to spend. That's the only part of this I don't like. 1-1 is on the way. He's going to get so many of these SCVs, of course. So a lot of those start to go down. And he's well on his way to upgrades. Oh, that one Banshee as well, by the way, is like so close to dying. Going to get a bit of repairing here. Well, for the moment, Elazer's just going to settle on the third base and deny this. Obviously, continue to build up the roaches, though. This army supply is massive. It's booming compared to HeroMarines. But if you can't use that army supply effectively, and an army supply is kind of, you know, cheap and dies quickly to the tanks, then it doesn't really matter. He's going to pick away at these rocks. He's going to go back to droning now, so probably wishing a little bit that he didn't build that round of roaches and instead said, hey, let's drone up a little bit behind us and then build a few more roaches as well. Full Force of Bile is going to hit an orbital. Orbital Command taking some shots right there. Again, 1-1 upgrades of HeroMarine going to be completing fairly soon. As we take a left side base of Elazer, getting that finished up. A 6 o'clock base. Going to be done fairly soon as well. So this base is going down as Roach Ravager cleans out some rocks, and just going to be seeing more of these tanks and Marines settling up between the natural and the third base. Again, that ready to go. A couple of depots will go down as well as our Roach Ravager army just going to go jumping on top of the rocks here. Yeah, those rocks will be killed as Medevacs and Marines still coming up. That infestation pit drops down in the back. Hydralisk Den on the way as well. Yeah, a few more creep teamers continuing to go through as creep continues to spread on forward. The Roach Ravager force of Elazer is, well, I mean, he's maxed out, right? What I'm worried about for Elazer is that HeroMarine just has a massive tanks. Yeah, he built drilling claws and never used it, but I don't think he really, cares. Yeah, it's just going to be seeing a medevac of Marines going to go around the right side. Roach Ravager hitting the rocks a little bit. Banshee takes quite a bit of damage, and this medevac just going to unload in the bottom right side as well. I mean, there's just no way in for Elazer because you just went into those tanks so quickly, and there's so many of them. There's just no way you break this down. But Elazer's got the right idea as well. He knows that, and he is making a move to work around it with that Lurker Den already coming up. That Hive going to be on its way. You see these Marines able to grab an Overseer there. Hatchery cancels up, and the Roaches come through, and the Marines have to lift back up into the medevac. Man, the fact that HeroMarine was like second factory and going to go like drilling claw mines, it really did just save him here. Because if he was just on one factory, I'm not saying it, you know, changed the game to the point of like, oh my god, he couldn't win without it, but like, if it made his life a lot easier, put it that way. Now Ghosts are already building. I actually just don't think so. What Elazer's ended up doing is playing obviously Roach Ravager into Lurkers, and the problem is you already have the tanks to hold off the Lurkers at first. So you're already going into Ghosts now, and I actually don't think HeroMarine's going to have any issues dealing with these Lurkers. Because I don't think without Ling Bane support, he's going to be able to, or Elazer's going to actually be able to make this work. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I'll cancel it too. I mean, Bio's actually just going to chase down Roach Ravager here. HeroMarine coming forward sees the chance to get rid of a whole bunch of creep spreads, so we'll do just that. As the +3 missiles, the +3 carapace still continuing through. And we're just continuing to look as he has a Elazer. Is taking, I love this base by the way. This base might seem like, well, why are you just expanding next to the Terran? It's the kind of thing that HeroMarine might not check. And if you can take some resources away from the Terran, from one of their bases, that's so important on a map like Oxide where you are limited to 6 bases each. And efficiency is generally a problem for the Zerg. Any resources you mine here are resources that not only go into your bank, but will never go in the Terran. So it is a way to sway the efficiency difference at the end of the game if this ends up going to a long drawn out, you know, macro game at this stage, which it very well might, right? And in fact, loads of Marines, and we do just see a bit of a bio push forward. There's a lot of creep teamers going down, a hatchery up at left, getting set up. Again, a few creep teamers just continue to be picked away at. Plenty of Marines being cleaned out. Marines of HeroMarine going to go running down the bottom right-hand side. Going to go jump on that hatchery. Cleans that out. Hatchery gets cancelled. Drone gets killed. Now going to be seeing the rest of these lurkers coming through, and these Marines in a bit of trouble. Medevac loads up and does escape away up the right-hand side. A couple of Spires coming through. All those Hydras still coming out. The Overseer's building. Nice little drop of HeroMarine moves over to the left just slightly as our bio units coming on in. Aiming for those creep tumors, working their way through that. So a lot of creep being picked off at the moment as I see the roaches making their way forward as well. So I like the fact for Elazer he's obviously got HeroMarine contained. I'm still kind of worried that HeroMarine is just comfortable in this contain though, right? Yeah, he'll need to work toward a 5th base at some point, but he's got a lot of ghosts. I really wish he just sent some drones up here. I guess HeroMarine knows about this base now, so yeah. I don't know, like, the problem is playing a drawn-out game like this on Oxide, you gotta find the efficiency win, and you know, that doesn't really generally go the way for a Zerg player. So what do? You basically have to deny a 5th base / 6th base. The amount of units splitting up. We do see Liberators continuing to siege. Just keeping track of things here, HeroMarine, and like I say, just gonna go straight over to the right-hand side for base 5, so doesn't seem like he found any issues actually getting to 5th base. But Elazer has to not let HeroMarine ever get this base then. I think it's just as simple as that. You know, it's not fancy, it's not, you know, crazy to think about. Like, that's just the situation is HeroMarine? He ran forward there like he was just gonna run into all of those lurkers. That would not have been the play. Chinya's getting denied on the right side. First Viper gets sniped down. EMP's the second. Well, HeroMarine's ghost control looks to be absolutely on point, so if that's the case, going to make this even tougher for Elazer. There's some tanks blowing up SCVs thanks to friendly fire. Well run by that, doing okay. Again, Ghost is going to snipe down that queen. And another little scan. These Marines actually end up dropping over. He's had those Marines ready to drop for a while. He's going to go and respond. We're going to have some small skirmishes over this base, but the real play is going to be on that right-hand side for the moment. That's for, you know, that's the base where you really want to deny right now as Elazer. The only thing I say is obviously HeroMarine's not denying any of the Zerg bases just yet, but again, you don't necessarily need to do that on Oxide because it's not like the Zerg has bases that can get out of control. The bases Elazer already has are the only bases he'll ever get in this game, right? I mean, the top left, obviously, maybe you can actually mine from there, but his 6 bases are taken. It's not like 2,000 atmospheres where you still have like 2-3 more bases to jump on over to. No, he's done. Like, this is his base count, so you don't necessarily need to just stop, you know. You don't necessarily need to stop all of these kind of bases coming up. You can kind of let it happen. Elazer's on his way to Broodlords, by the way. That's going to be his play. To try and take down this HeroMarine army. And HeroMarine's going to say, well, let's start nuking. So nukes it will be. Nukes are on the menu, team. Flipper is sieging. Yeah, slow drawn out game. Both players have big banks. The way it opened really just kind of led to this, right? With HeroMarine being that super defensive on the tanks, and then Elazer saying, cool, I guess I'll go to Lurkers and take that opportunity, but that's not pretty. There's a bunch of snipes coming down, and the Ghosts do manage to run away without issue. Elazer drops about 20 supply. HeroMarine doesn't drop much at all. Playing around the top left does deny that hatchery. Can we unload here? Can we fight that Link Hydra? I'm going to try to. There is a siege tank spawn from the high ground. If everything was unloaded, I think the answer to that is yes, you can do that. When everything isn't unloaded, no, you probably can't, right? Here come 12 Broodlords. The thing is, Ghosts are kind of good against Broodlords as well, right? Like, the Broodlords might stop the tanks from kind of being around, but I guess it would be nice to have some kind of Viking control against this. HeroMarine scans, sees the Broods. Infestor's on the way up from Elazer as well, so we're really creating this late-game spellcaster-focused army. That's going to be seeing the couple of lurkers going to get picked off. Outsider's getting chased away as well. Some more creep teams continue to go down. First nuke actually lands for drones. Sorry guys, didn't go back and check that one. As that goes desperately once the infestor gets in, despite the fungal growth. Yeah, I like this from HeroMarine though. I mean, this is the sort of harassment which I don't think is necessary the way HeroMarine's going to play this game. Slow and steady, but at the same time, if you can put damage onto the Zerg, why the hell not? I think it's not a bad thing to do. So if you can, go for it. Do you need to? No, I don't think he does. Eventually, as long as you get to that top left base eventually, resources lost is your friend. You win this game on efficiency. Future engines being denied. Neural Parasite is on the way up. We're going to start up a nuke aimed at the front line here, so Spores have to relocate or accept their fate. They're going to choose to relocate. No surprises on that. Creep Tumor's getting blown up. Bye-bye. Lurkers do burrow and a few of those bio units going down as well. Looks like we're going to have these broods going to go for these tanks in the center, but Medivacs is going to lift them up and relocate them. There's nothing to punish that, right? There's a few corruptors, but they're pretty slow compared to the Medivacs, of course. These tanks might actually go down here, so they're going to try and get a shot or two off. They go for Lurker. They'll only get one. That wasn't too bad, actually. Liver is coming through, the Marines coming up, and the Spores coming in, the Broodlords continuing to morph right now as we head on over to that right-hand side. I see some Broodlings starting to drop down, a couple of missile turrets being picked away at. Next nuke gonna line up on the left-hand side of the map. I gotta say, HeroMarine doing a great job of getting these ghosts in annoying little positions that Elazer is just not finding at all. 17 drones. See you later. Next nuke already lining up, but I mean, you know where the first nuke landed. You probably know where this ghost is going to be. Meanwhile, Liberators, Ghosts, and Tanks are slowly pushing the laser back on this side. Resources lost, about a 4k difference. Oh, that's a nice fungal. Bunch of abducts come in. Not a lot of response from HeroMarine. That's going to change to about a 2k difference on resources lost. Now we're going to see more ghosts coming through. A big fungal stops a bunch of the snipes. A lot of ghosts still out of snipes, though. I mean, I feel like the issue is there's just no ground on me. Like, yeah, the fungal can stop the snipes, but there's nothing to actually kill these ghosts. Like, Broodlings come through. Bunch more snipes go off. Massive fungal growth. That's going to be the end of snipes. But Medivac's keeping these ghosts alive for a while. The fungal comes in, so now these broods aren't dying. A few snipes start to come through. The Broodlord count is dropping down. Fungals keep on dropping. There's a lot of energy on those infestors. Surprised HeroMarine couldn't find a single EMP on those. Tanks, Liberators, and everything trying to fight off Broodlings, but maybe Elazer actually won out this fight. He's now going to come collapsing on this. Those ghosts are in some trouble. I think HeroMarine just dove a little bit too hard into the fungal growths. Like, the fungals obviously just do so much in this scenario, right? And now these ghosts. How often is you see a bunch of ghosts without any, like, energy at all? One ghost has energy to snipe right now, and that is it. So HeroMarine's in trouble. He is going to get pushed back, and Elazer's just going to win this game. That was a tremendous fight from Elazer. Resources lost, swings back into his favor. Swings back to being even, so that fight was massively favorable for him. And like I say, that, my friends, is basically going to be the GG. Because I don't know if HeroMarine can survive at this point. He's going to try to. He's going to try and hold back. This base will go down. Those SCVs are in trouble. The ghosts are trying to hold out against the Broodlings, which are chasing them down. A lot of work is going down. The Lurkers putting in some work. Corruptors in the sky chasing Vikings and everything around. I mean, the Corruptors maybe want to be a little careful. The ghosts end up running to the bottom right, trying to cloak up and just trying to get away, right? But they all get cleaned out. I mean, good effort, but Yeah, no, that fight was not it. Just standing clumped up, all the ghosts getting fungled at once, so you can't get the snipes off as much as you want to. I think he still dropped a lot of snipes in the end, it just wasn't enough. Now Brood's congeal together and get ready to continue pushing. Where is HeroMarine's army now? Top left? This is his new stronghold. Problem is, he's going to be cut off from all of his production, so you're basically going to have to fight around that. There's still infestors to work with here. I was surprised he didn't, I'm surprised he did what he did without getting an EMP on the infestors first, right? Because usually you hunt for that EMP, and once you get that EMP, you're able to really kind of, then the infestors don't have the fungals, then the game is in a very different state. As, by the way, if Elazer wins this, we're once again going to have, a player winning the other player's map pick. So, command being chased around. Liberators are going to try and siege on up. Raptor's moving as well. Broodlords are firing in that orbital command. The racks and everything being picked away at. Lurkers burrowed on the natural. I mean, HeroMarine's max. Elazer is max. He's actually a little supply blocked right now as he loses an Overseer. Yeah, so you can't actually remax exactly, but he's essentially just fighting half of the army at a time, right? Because on the left-hand side, there's still just a bunch of units, ghosts and stuff that aren't involved, so all of these Vikings and Libs just die without any sort of ghost support, and, well, that's obviously expensive all over again. And now HeroMarine just has no spare money. Fungal Growth actually finding the ghost, and he's going to find additional fungals. He still has more fungals available. One more, and he just misses it, so he only gets 2 of the ghosts right there. And now he has no detection. The Overseer's on around, so the ghost snipes are coming through. The Broodlords are taking damage. They are dropping, but nowhere near fast enough, of course. I think at this point, the game is inevitably going to go Elazer's way as he dives top left with Lings and Lurkers. GG. Played by Elazer. Transfused God. Fungal God. Spellcasting God in this game, honestly. Bottom left-hand side. Let's give it up for our Blue Zerg, who's been rocking the game. It is Elazer. Oh, yeah, I was watching the replay. Yeah, those ghosts really just, they put in the work. They just, nothing ever died. Elazer bottom left. On the top right, our blue-red Terran play is going to be HeroMarine. Can Elazer win one more and take this home, or is HeroMarine going to be able to tie it up and take us all the way to a game 5 here tonight? Oh, sorry, just taking a moment, guys. It's been a long day. Let's see what happens as we go into this 4th map. Larger map. Really could be a bit of anything. I feel like Elazer's going to play something Ling Bane focused again. I think he's going to switch it back up. He just did Roaches once more. I think we go back to Ling Bane this time. That's just an out of nowhere prediction, though. Queens and Lings. Marine is building. The early game sets up at the moment. Ling's gonna do a little bit of damage. Reaper gonna push back a little bit, and we go back and forth and dance, of course. Team Marine Doesn't lose a lot of these cups. Usually if he does, it's to a Clam or to a Showtime. And a Laser. That really would be a new one. When was the last time HeroMarine actually lost to a Laser? Do I need to do a little bit of figuring out right here? Do I need to do a little bit of seeing what's going on? Guess so. I'm actually kind of interested in that, honestly. Thank you, Lack. Let's take HeroMarine. Let's take Elazer. It's been a while. ESL Open Cup number 42, round of 8 was the last time Elazer beat HeroMarine in a series, so not getting ahead of ourselves. Obviously, it's game 4. HeroMarine can come back in this, but HeroMarine won the last 6 meetings between the two of them. 3-1, 2-0, 2-0, 3-2, 3-1, 3-0, 1-2 in that Open Cup as mentioned, and before that 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-1. Lost in TSL 5 main event winner bracket. Jeez. That's, and then the 3-0 before that. So, over the last 2 years, Elazer has won 2 out of almost 12 to, I think, actually 14 or 15 series. Like, HeroMarine has generally got his number, but I gotta say, Elazer's played great so far today. Factory's gonna move over. Tech Lab gonna drop down. You have that racks coming in as well. Just gonna have the stim pack coming in, so it's gonna be nice and quick to 3 racks. And those 3 racks straight after that 3rd CC, which is part of the wall as well. Obviously a little bit of a later 3 CC this time around, going for that starport earlier. And it is for the Liberator, which comes around the left side of the map. So, Liberator is making its way across. Now these couple of Queens gonna push the Hellions back through the middle once again. Liberator moves down, and then we'll take a turn to siege up that main base. As again, the rest of the Hellions and the Reaper coming over. The Queen's coming through. Liberator does siege for the first drone kill. And we start this Spore Crawler dance. You know, I jump up here, you jump up there. It's kind of like whack-a-mole. Liberator whack-a-mole, right? Whack-a-lib. The spores are the whackers, and the lib is the mole. That's going to be seeing. Yeah, good control so far. Only still losing that 1 drone, so pretty nicely done. I mean, from both sides, right? Because HeroMarine's got a lot of HP still in this Liberator to utilize, so you can still harass with it a lot. Gonna do that just now. And Elazer's still on top of this. Gonna move those drones out of the way, and then they're gonna start jumping in the gas. Again, the gas to save themselves. Don't see that every day either, do you? Oh my goodness, what a defense from Elazer. 1 drone lost. Okay, Lib's still around, but yeah, I can't be upset about that. Bit of lost time, but, well, HeroMarine obviously invested into that Liberator early as well, so it wasn't exactly like, it's not like it's a free unit for him or anything. This Overlord has been lost attention to, though, and there's another one heading the same way, so Elazer realizes that mistake and fixes it. He's actually got a lot of Overlords anyway, so a lot of free supply. We are seeing Ling Bane. Bane speed halfway done. This time you can see the Bane speed just going to be ready well in advance of 1-1 or any sort of push that HeroMarine should have with those upgrades. So, yeah, 60 seconds away there, 30 seconds here. So you'll at least have Bane speed to push back the initial attack. That's what he was really missing back on Lightshade. Cryptium is going down as that Marine Sim forward. Queen's trying to come through. Tanks will siege. Slings and Bane's going to pull back a bit further as well. Our Queen's going to go transfusing each other up. Still seeing these Queens. Being chased away a little bit. And now we're going to go jump on this. The Bane speed's going to force the lift up. Everything else tries to get on top of the tanks. I mean, now all the Banes are gone though, right? And the Marines do get rid of the last couple. 10 SCVs go down on the counterattack at the same time, by the way. So at least some damage being done. But once again, Elazer needs to defend right now. Otherwise, HeroMarine's just going to overrun him. HeroMarine's already sending reinforcements across. Looks like Elazer will just about hold. A few drones went down. I mean, at least now you get to benefit from having actually killed those SCVs. He tries to counterattack again. And he will get by the reinforcements. See what he does. I guess he'll morph in Banes there. course, HeroMarine should be expecting the attack. So, Bane's going to pull back a moment too. Elazer is seconds away from 1-1 upgrades to kind of match HeroMarine. He's got this Liberator, which is going to help with a little bit of extra damage. The Lings run through. The Bane start to play catch-up. The Lings are actually going to get a bit of a better fight here this time around. There's still a clump of units to the top side. Elazer will wait for that to head on to creep spread before he does much more. These Bane's going to go through, and HeroMarine forgot about them. So in we go for the mineral line. 15 workers going down. And now Elazer just needs to try and push this back once again. Only one siege tank to try and work against this, but it gets the shots on the Banes once more. They need to try and stick around that tank and stay a little closer. This hatchery is so low, but Elazer's trying to keep it alive. He's trying to do whatever he can to save it, and it looks like he will, for the moment, do that. The fourth hatch lives. He's got a base left side anyway. And now, actually, this is bad for HeroMarine, because now he's dropping into Elazer's attack. You know, his units aren't all out of those medevacs, so Elazer's starting to start streaming on through. Liberators are too, is actually going to do a lot of damage to Lings as they kind of stream by, but the Marine count just isn't here right now. A lot of the army supply of HeroMarine is in medevacs. The third CC is straight up just burning. Has to lift that off. I mean, how do you get SCVs? He's going to have to fly for the main base. There's still not really a Marine count to fight this. Ling should just go for the Marines. He's going to check the top left side, but there's nothing building over there. He's going to fight the Marines now, but the medevac support is good. Keeping it alive. This orbital is taking some damage still. It's still burning. As Elazer looks as though he's taking full control of this. A huge worker count lead as 9 SCVs have gone down. This orbital command still burning to death. There is a counterattack. Double Liberator going to cause some issues as the Banes crash through the depots. We've got another round of Banes morphing in, but the Liberator siege is up on top of them. The Libs are causing issues for sure. I mean, 9 drones went down to the Libs across the map, but more SCVs will drop here. Banes connecting, Lings finishing up. And it looks as though Elazer turned this game around in an instant. What a defense into a full-on counterattack that's getting the job done. Into the main base we go, though. Is he going to have enough? These Lings do look like they're going down. He's going to have to pull it back and retreat. But he's also the player on the way to 2-2 upgrades against 1-1. 23 SCVs left in the game to 70 drones. And it looks like Elazer's going to take an ESL Open Cup weekly finals off of HeroMarine. Big Gabe himself in his very own tournament because he's just won so many of them. One big attack from HeroMarine, doesn't even go for it. He gives on up on his way across the map, and Elazer takes it 3-1 to round out this event. Wow.